Welcome back to everyone's favorite sport ever! Talk to everyone! We are back from the Cerulean Pokemon Mart, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that, no, not even a Dusk Ball? Well, now I don't know where to come back if I need to buy them, and otherwise we got the same thing we always have. Nothing too surprising there. So, getting out of there, moving on, we got, okay, we can't enter this building. And this is the gym, which I believe is empty at the moment. I haven't gone to the power plant yet, and I haven't encountered Misty at Cerulean Cave. So, okay, the shady character asked me how to get to the power plant. He said it must be kept confidential. This is a rocket grunt who's actually the cause of the accident to the power plant. And as I said, gym, completely empty, so I'm going to need to come back a little later. So, for now, let's check out what the Pokemon Center has to offer, besides the mandatory healing and PC, of course. Magnet train travels at over 340 miles per hour. So in kilometers per hour, that'd be about 550, I guess? That's fast! That's really fast! Even if they're weaker than some newly caught, well, I'm sorry, but I personally would never use a Pokemon that's weaker, even if I spent a lot of time raising it. And for that matter, if you paid any attention to my strategy in this LP series, I never, ever raise weak Pokemon for the sake of having 60 members as soon as the second gym goes by. Okay, so absolutely nothing of interest here. God, this place is boring. And I think, oh yeah, this is the girl in her Slowbro, and was it a Slowbro or a Slowpoke in Red, Blue, and Yellow? I don't really remember, but it sucked ass back then, and apparently it's actually become quite obedient now. Over there, we have Route 4, and right there, you can see that jumping ledge to the upper left, of the screen. It's the point of no return that I was talking about earlier. You can't head to Mount Moon from here. And what you just saw as well on the upper left corner is the Cerulean Cave, which returns in this game after not being in Gold, Silver, Crystal, but there's someone blocking it because I think you need to beat either Blue or Red. I honestly don't remember which one. There are a lot of things that are triggered by beating either one, so I'm going to have to do some research on that if I want to be ready for when the time comes. And, okay, Cerulean Police, and this building, I believe it's the same guy who got robbed by a rocket grunt in Red, Blue, and Yellow, though the layout of the city has changed an awful lot since then. I would say it's not even close to what it was even in Gold, Silver, Crystal. Buildings have been moved around and such. It's a lot more convenient to travel around the city instead of needing to go in buildings and cut bushes all over the place. Okay, Misty, the gym leader, is sometimes there at the cave. Guess I don't stand a chance. Well, actually, yeah, because, as we're gonna find out later on, Misty's got a boyfriend. Route 9, we're gonna head there later, but for the time being, we're gonna head to the Nugget Bridge area, which is right over there. You can see the bridge from here. Okay, there's nothing over there, and if I remember, there is an NPC. I heard of a cave that had horribly powerful Pokemon in it. That's Cerulean Cave that I was talking about. You can see the ledge that leads to it at the very left of the screen, but we're obviously not going there quite yet, because you saw that guy who's blocking the entrance. So, we can't do anything about that quite yet. Not that it would be a very good idea to do so anyway, because as I said, lots of really powerful Pokemon in there, topped off by a freaking Mewtwo. I am building a chemistry between us, and it's finally working. Well, isn't that clumsy? I guess it's a couple of nerds or something. I don't know. Not that I should criticize nerds for being unable to live in a couple, but that sounded really awkward nonetheless. Route 25 now that we're on. You remember in Red, Blue, and Yellow the Nugget Bridge challenge where you had to beat 5 trainers in a row and then you'd win a prize, which turns out to be a nugget and an offer to join Team Rocket? Well, they sort of wiped the bridge itself clean, and instead they moved the challenge to Route 25, which we're standing on right now. This was the first of 6 trainers, but the guy who gives you the prize, just like in the original, even though he's not affiliated with Team Rocket anymore, the guy who gives you the prize wants to fight you anyway to see how you fare against him. So just so you know, don't just go grab that reward if you're bruised and battered, because he's going to want to fight too. So even if it's not so difficult, especially at the levels I'm at, I strongly recommend that you go back and heal whenever you need it. Oh, you son of a bitch! Or you daughter of a bitch, rather. But now I'm forced out because I can't hit that Wigglytuff with Shadow Ball, and I don't feel like using Hypnosis and Dream Eater. It's just going to be more convenient to send out something else. By the way, that Ditto rally that I started yesterday, I have a few more things to say about it. I've been told that you can vote multiple times by turning on private browsing, then voting, then turning it back on, turn it back off, vote again, repeat until you're tired. And I've been told that clearing your cookies and your cache also works, but I haven't tried that out yet. But if you want to support the cause further than just voting once, then feel free to do so, because we gotta beat those Zartards! And I got some good news as well regarding the rally. Apparently Smogon is standing with us on that. Ditto is by far their most popular choice over there as well, with Who and Breloom following just behind, from what I've been told. And those are actually pretty good choices, too, especially Who, which could really use a regenerator. It would make it into a kick-ass force in Ubers, because then, you know, it would be able to heal off some of that stupid stealth rock damage every time it switches out, which, as I said, would be really, really cool. And of course, Technician Breloom is also a very popular pick, for reasons that I don't even need to explain. Hello, superpowered Mach Punch. But, yeah, Ditto's still their favorite choice over there, too, because seriously, taking one of the worst Pokemon in the game and making it into one of the best would simply be amazing, and that's something that I think a lot of competitive communities, not just Smogon, but also elsewhere, should really try to do. Let's all get together and make Ditto actually usable and take down the Legion of Zartards in the same vein. Now, on to something else again. I beat Rumble 2 yesterday. Very good game. I just to come back when it was first released in Japan. I was really surprised that it actually had a story this time around. I mean, it's not a very good story. It's certainly no Mystery Dungeon 2, but the fact that they actually bothered making a story for it this time around shows that they were more serious with that title, which is retail, than with a $10 WiiWare title. And it really showed the quality was greatly improved, and I'm not just referring to the fact that every Pokemon is in the game, well, except for the 3 that aren't revealed yet, that is. One thing, however, and I'm going to be dealing into spoilers for a bit. I guess I'm going to put up an annotation on the screen when the spoilers are going to be over, so if you want to mute the video, you can do so now, and there's nothing over there. I don't think I saw an item past that grass, and if there is, it's an invisible item, which I don't really care about, and I don't think there's a way to avoid this double battle either, so here we go. But anyway, moving on to the spoilers. Reading Cerebee's synopsis of the story back when the game first came out in Japan, my first thought immediately was, Cobalion's a good guy. There's no way he's a bad guy. And it's a lot less obvious when you actually play the game as opposed to reading Cerebee's account of what happens in the game. But, yeah, even that scene where you see that evil-looking gear, which turns out to be rusted, and you see that Swoobat drop the glow drops on it, and it becomes not evil anymore. You can see right there that Cobalion's a good guy all along. But then again, I gotta raise the question, if Cobalion's such a good guy, if he stands for justice and all, then why did he raise an army to steal the glow drops? I mean, this is what bad guys do. You're just becoming the target of the army of Pokemon that the player not the player character, but the player himself is controlling, and that is some lousy storytelling. I understand that they needed a way to depict Cobalion as the bad guy for most of the game, but they didn't. They ended up depicting him as just a good guy with really, really questionable methods. Though I did like the nice touch where the villain actually isn't a Pokemon, unlike in, say, Mystery Dungeon 2, where it turned out to be a Darkrai. But otherwise, yeah, I guess spoilers are over, so I'm going to pop an annotation on, but just want to talk about the gameplay for a bit. It's really, really fun, but at the same time, if you are the kind of person to grow attached to the Pokemon that you're using, this is probably not the game for you, because there's no way to get Pokemon to level up, grow stronger and stuff. There's that move school in Axel Town that you can use to teach your Pokemon some moves, but otherwise, that's about it. Your Pokemon that you're using get obsoleted pretty quickly, and I really lucked out near the end of the game. I ended up finding, in my opinion, more or less the perfect Pokemon. I ended up with Roserade, which they all say I did my best. I have no regrets. Yeah, way to sing the same tune. Now I'm just gonna switch leads real quick. There we go. And is he the guy who's gonna give me my prize? Somehow I doubt it. Mufufufu doesn't look like it. I have nothing to do with the six-pack trainers. Obvious joke about how I apparently have a six-pack. Those of you who've been here since the beginning know what I'm talking about. But back to what I was talking about. I found a Roserade that was just about perfect. It had 1956 power, just 44 below the hard cap of 2,000 for the main game, and it had Seed Bomb for great offensive moves, and Giga Drain for healing. And you're going to get hit a lot, even if you use ranged moves like Seed Bomb, you're going to get hit a lot more than you really want to, so that thing was a godsend. That's what I used to beat the final boss, alongside a Rock Slide Dragonite and an Icicle Crash Beartic. That's something that's really great about that game, is that it gets you to use Pokemon that you never consider using in any other game, such as the aforementioned Beartic. So, we're just about done for today. I don't think I have time to fight this trainer, which is the one who gives me the reward, by the way. So I'm going to stop here for today, and I will see you next episode.